Good day to you. I want to discuss how in a given family a sibling may grow taller than others. Here is the promise. Who chooses him to grow tall? Certainly some would say, and it is true, that there was a God character in him, a God promise, a God choice in him. At the same time, there was inside him also a pattern for greatness. Here is Joseph, is a fruitful bough, a fruitful branch by a spring, its branches run over a wall. So when an obstruction came, a wall came, his branch, he didn't go to knock his head. He didn't go to retreat. He didn't blame others, throw stones at others. He decided to grow tall and send the branch over the wall. So in every season, he was growing deep, growing tall, and throwing a branch out. That was the character that he had in his inside. And when Jeff Bezos, his mom and dad decided to invest $245,000 in a hitherto untried venture, an online bookshop, no one knew what the risk was, but they kept working with it, and now it is a $30 billion asset. So this is how you grow tall, over the wall. And then he was planted by a spring of water, his relationships, and that kept on always nourishing him. He didn't give up. He didn't go trying this, that, and the other. He was by that river wellspring that fed him in his inside needs. And the best wellspring we can have for ourselves is to be planted by God's river, the life of Christ in us. Then when archers bitterly attacked him, that is Genesis 49:23. So then comes the attack time, hindrance time, persecution time, enemy time. They attacked, but he kept his bow strong. He didn't get distracted. He kept his aim. He kept his bow and effort at full strength. He kept his focus. He looked at his summit. He looked at his the aim. He didn't allow his aim to change just because there were others throwing different darts at him. So, though archers tried bitter attacks, he concentrated on his bow and arrow shot, and his arms he kept ready always for action. He was quick in changing direction if necessary, but he kept his arms ready for action, and he kept his bow and aim, effort focused. Then he took help from God. There was blessing of heaven above, and he was always having a God fountain working for him, and he blessed his father and mother very much. And he kept his marriage. He was fruitful in his marriage, and he had two sons who became great themselves, Ephraim and Manasseh. And that taught him to forget that which was behind him. Manasseh means forget that which was behind him. First son was named Manasseh. Forget the bad past and forget even the fact that his brothers hindered him and harassed him and sold him into slavery. And the 50-20 vision Joseph carried was, and he told his brothers, though you meant it for evil, God meant it for good. Can you take the stance? And you write it down somewhere. Genesis 50-20 vision. We know 20-20 vision is the best vision eyesight can have. The 50-20 vision, when you meant it for evil, God meant it for good. So he believed in Romans 8:28, though it was not written at that time. Through all things God works for good for them that love him and called according to his purposes. So he did not waver when others were trying to attack. And his first son was named Manasseh, forget that which is past. Second son was named Ephraim, more fruitfulness. So he always believed there was more fruit to come, more fruit to come, more fruit to come. The blessings of your father have surpassed the blessing of my ancestors. Genesis 49:26. He decided that God can make him greater than any of his ancestors who have gone before him. So he did not allow their limitations to limit, because he lifted up his eyes and saw the God summit God had for him. So say to yourself, I am going to see the God summit God has for me, though my forefathers couldn't have got there. That's not an hindrance. Up to the utmost bounds of the everlasting hills. Also, he said, I must consider eternity. It's not only for now. My values come from eternity, and I have to keep that eternal life perspective in all my decisions. I will not compromise. So, there was a blessing on the head of Joseph, on the crown of the head of the one distinguished among his brothers. Do you want to be the one distinguished among your brothers? That was the Joseph's secret, that God had marked him for that, and he lived for the mark God had placed on him. You also can. I am Dr. Lalith Mendis. You can receive more of this spirituality, reason and science talks if you would send me a WhatsApp 2 + 94 74 211 5011. And you can always have some of my digital clips on digital science, how to save your kid from digital toxicity. We're from the same number. Thank you for listening, and we will meet again in another broadcast.